Okay. My name is Tomáš Čech. I'm openSUSE member and also SUSE employee, where I work for L3 support. In first half, I would like to convince you that you want to use Enlightenment. And in the second half, I will tell you something about its status of integration and how you can help me with that. As you can see, reasons are pretty simple. It's fast, it's modular, it's highly configurable, and it's also beautiful. Enlightenment was designed to be efficient, to be fast, to be effective in memory matters. Everything around Enlightenment is running as one process. That means window manager, file manager, all the gadgets, everything is one process. So that also means if you have poorly written module, it can destroy whole Enlightenment process. Bright side of that is that you can simply press F1 and restart Enlightenment without closing any windows. Another reason for being so efficient is EVAS, which is Canvas rendering library, part of Enlightenment Foundation libraries, which is state-of-art rendering library. It has heavy optimizations for several backends like software, X11, OpenGL, OpenGL ES, also SDL, DirectFB, which is not exactly interesting for Enlightenment itself, but it's interesting feature for EFL developers, EFL application developers. It's well suitable for embedded hardware. There were a lot of set-top boxes sold in France which used firmware with EFL. Author of Enlightenment, Rasterman, is running several benchmarks on devices like Freerunner or Palm-Trio. I personally used Enlightenment on Palm-Trio 680, which had something like 32 megabytes of memory and 400 megahertz CPU, and of course with applications. So it's really efficient. Interesting thing may be for you that Tizen is something heavily based on Enlightenment 0.17. Enlightenment is modular. That means that all the functionality is stored into modules. Things like compositor, tiling window manager, advanced application starter. There are also provided gadgets. Widgets. It's called widgets in different desktop environments. Here it's called gadgets. It's highly configurable. Every configuration option internally used in Enlightenment is exposed to user through some configuration, control panel, or some local configuration. With all these configuration options, it's really hard to translate. You can try it. You can try to help me in this area too. You can heavily configure all your keystrokes. You are used to mouse actions, screen edges, and also signals emitted by gadgets or windows. It's also beautiful. I have here some screenshots found across internet to show you something what can be done. Body Linux is a Linux distribution using Enlightenment as its only desktop environment. You probably know also SHR distribution, which runs on OpenMoko phones, and I have even some more interesting pictures. So let's start easily. You can see you can position every gadget on your desktop as you want. You can alter the theme of icons and so on. This is a nice example how clean and light Enlightenment can be. I hope it's readable that the text shows some relevant information about CPU, memory, calendar, and so on. And it's nicely integrated to desktop background. You can perfectly alter appearance of default widgets. This one is almost openSUSE. You can see advanced layout of all the icons and text with different angles. It can be also very simplistic, light, and easy to use. As you could see, this is my screenshot. This is how my desktop looks like. This is everything module. It's advanced application starter where you can just launch it. This pop-up window, type, and the contents will change as you write. It's really, really fast. This is also Enlightenment. This is Enlightenment from SHR distribution. It's using Illume module, which should provide some easy interface for touchscreens. This is also Illume module, another generation. This is a screenshot from Nokia N900 running on Debian. As you can see, you have big buttons for closing applications, going back, going to menu, opening keyboard. This is how keyboard may look like. So now you are convinced. So let me tell you how can you help and what the status is. Currently, in our project, there is 61 packages built for 28 combinations of distribution, versions, and architecture. EFL and E17 also is also already accepted to factory and even reached openSUSE 12.3. Unfortunately, if you tried it in 12.3, it wasn't as pleasant experience because I had quite limited time and no one else did the work on that. So here you can see some well-known problems you could face when you try it and how to work around it. Unfortunately, there is still no Polkit client which would be native to Enlightenment, so you have to use GNOMEs and you have to even ensure that it's started when your session starts. Another interesting issue is Enlightenment doesn't have any backend for network manager. They decided to use Conman instead, which is supposed to be lighter and a bit cleaner. This decision was in some older days when network manager was, well, you know, probably. There is also a problem with SUID binaries because they are not accepted in openSUSE by security team. So I had to remove that SUID bit, and you will get warnings about not working CPU frag and similar stuff. How to help? It would be nice if you will try to run it, and sooner or later you will discover some problem, and then it would be nice if I'll know about that. So try to write me bug reports into Bugzilla. Information about what I mean with good bug report is on our portal page. I will show you a link later. You could help me also with creating more packages. You are for sure more skilled packagers than I am, so we are missing some. This is just examples, but EFL WebKit browser, which should be working quite nice and should be also suitable for devices controlled with touchscreen. It is available, but not packaged. Dinstar, I hope that you will help me with that. We are also missing some media player, which is pretty default application for everyone. Photo collection manager for average user. For developers, it would be nice to have more bindings. For non-C languages, there is available bindings for Perl, JavaScript, and C++. Python bindings should be already packaged and ready to use. There were also some work on integration part. Luckily, installer should now be aware of Enlightenment. You probably read that interesting thread on openSUSE Factory mailing list. If Enlightenment should replace, some other desktop, I don't know. This is good news because it's not necessary. Now Enlightenment can be stored even in online repositories and will be used for installation. I would like to create working openSUSE profiles. The one which reached 12.3 is not working at all, unfortunately. So that's the reason users are fighting with problems with modules which are not working correctly, missing started applications and so on. This could really solve the problem. Another problem is XDG utils, which should provide functionality across different desktop environments, but unfortunately XDG utils are not aware of Enlightenment at all. I tried to work on this. We have some modified version of XDG utils in our repository, but it's not working correctly in every aspect and needs some work. Maybe it needs to be pushed to upstream. Thank you. There is also Entrance project, which is graphical login manager equivalent for KDM or GDM, you know. Also using EFL, so it will be light and beautiful, heavily themable. Unfortunately, it's in alpha state so far. There is also Empower, which could work as Polkit client or maybe even graphical pseudo. but again, I didn't manage to make it working at all. And there is plenty more. So, for more information, we try to keep portal Enlightenment pages up to date with all relevant information. You can also contact me if you are interested through mail or on our IRC channel. And if you have any questions, now is probably the time. And the last slide. As SUSE sponsored my trip to this conference, SUSE is hiring.